All right. Maximum XP achieved. So, got to level 20, or we're about to. We're going to actually see all the things that go into Epic when you first get into Epic. So, this is a first life character. He's never been to Epic before, so we're just going to go through all the fun stuff. First thing I need to do is I need to get to level 20. So, let's do that real quick. Let's come over to the Fate Spinner. Send me to the junction of the spheres. So in this little area, there's going to be a bunch of portals and NPCs inside each of the portals. You're just going to want to talk to all of them. So let's see. Let's open it up. So you can see I have 0 points to spend. And now I have 1 point to spend. So each time you talk to these guys, you're going to get 1 point. So now that I have all the points from out of there, let's just put them together real quick. Okay, so I only had 12 points to spend. I wanted to get the Fate Singer set up, and then just get the first of 2 other cores. I know I'm going to want to get up here to Shadow Dancer to here, and then filling out this one to just have permanent Night Shield is going to be nice. Probably because he's a cleric, I might just go all the way up Divine Crusader. So we'll just play with this setup for a little while. But this is how I wanted to start over here. Next thing I want to do, I want to see about getting a weapon. A nice early epic level 20 weapon. And I can do that in the Borderlands. Okay, so here we are in the Borderlands. This guy, Morton Edgewright, you can see that he has level 20 weapons. Currently on a Warhammer. But I'm just going to go out into the wilderness, and I'm going to see if I can pick up a silver ingot from one of the rares that just lives out in the wilderness. This shouldn't be too bad. Wilderness is not that difficult. But this is going to be a nice weapon to start my epic life with. There's not just Warhammers, there's every type of weapon here, in case you didn't know. So, really good place to just get an early level 20 weapon pretty easy. You just need to go run rares in the wilderness, which we'll do now. Okay, finally. There we go. Epic silver. That's great. I don't even care about the rest of the wilderness right now. Alright, so we finally got our epic silver ingot. We're just going to stick with this build, as bad as it is. Alright. Show hotbar, lock you up. This is what I am using. Right? This is what I'm switching to. Nice. Okay. So, right here, accept sentience. Anything level 20 or higher can accept sentience. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and get a sentient gem for it right away. So let's head over to the first tavern in Ravenloft. Alright, so from the first tavern in Ravenloft, we're going to just go outside on level 31. Just go ahead and take the Warhammer. It's talking to him the second time. It's really what we came out here to do. Doesn't matter which one you pick. It's just for flavor. I don't even have any space. Okay. I'm gonna take it, put it here, this little slot, and put in a gem. So now we can feed items to it. You can see Sentient XP. Once we get to 2000, we'll get a second filigree slot, and then a third and fourth, and this number goes up, like initially to 60, and then there's ways to push it up to 100,000, and then 150, and then 210. But these filigree slots can be filled in to make the weapon even more, even better. But you can take items that you don't want, like I don't know that I'm going to use this, but we can just, for an example, I can feed it, and that was worth 105 XP, or Sentient XP. So feed it up to 2000, you'll get another slot. Filigrees you can get from most epic, or I should say legendary quests. So all the stuff that you kind of consider to be level 29 and higher have filigrees. Different packs have different filigrees. I think you should go to the wiki and actually look up which filigrees you want. But if you're going to be a physical type, melee power is just a good all-around one you can get, or ranged power for your shooters. Various spell powers exist for your casters, increase your DCs. The filigrees come in sets, they get added bonuses. All sorts of weird things can exist on the filigrees, but so it's just another way to build up your character. So another thing at epics. So the Borderlands Wilderness, I was running on awful, like, trash gear. I don't even know if you know how bad this is. Like, I think the highest level, I think that might be my highest level item. Honestly, that's from Korthos. Yeah, and I was getting through it. So, wildernesses are a really great way to get XP right when you get into epics. So the Borderlands, you saw, you could also go to the epic version of the High Road. There's the King's Forest, there's the Underdark, there's Shindelrin, there's the Stormhorns, the Thunder Peaks, Giant Hold, Three Barrel Cove, Feywild, Salt Marsh, Isle of Dread, the Necropolis. Ravenloft is okay, but like the way that they set out the explorer points, the little scrolls, is not as clear, so I'm not as big a fan there. Wayloon Prison, if you know Wayloon. But all of these are, as wildernesses, are going to be a lot easier to run than trying to go into epic quests right away, especially if you can't find a group. And even in some of the wildernesses, Borderlands especially, there are drops. Borderlands is all level 21 stuff, but you can actually start working on gearing out your character. I think the Borderlands quests are fantastic for gear. I mean, they really are. You combine it with, say, a set from Heroic Sharn that you already probably have, and you can work your way on up towards level 29 with just that. There are other options for level 20 stuff. Let's go over to the 12. So here in the 12, you can actually see a bunch of level 20 items that you might actually prefer. A lot of weapons. Some stand out. Some are just okay, but like they're all from places that you've been. So these ones are all from the Chronoscope to begin with. There's also stuff from the Sands of Manactaran. There's stuff from the Lords of Dust. There's stuff from Fjarlin Carnival. Let's just go to one that I think is, this one's pretty great. This one's from the Sands. If you're a big two-hander, this is really nice. It's got an extra crit multiplier on it. It's above average, and you can just sort of grind this one out. You just need to get the tokens that exist in the Sands Wilderness and go talk to the NPC, and you can just buy the weapon. The bigger trick is going to be getting these upgrade pieces. The upgrade pieces only come from running the epic versions of the quests from that area. So if you wanted to upgrade this weapon, you would be running the epic version of the Wizard King, of Chains of Flame, Offering of Blood. But just know that this is another option for easy-ish level 20 stuff. This stuff you do have to grind out the upgrade material, so I like it a little bit less. But if you already have the piece from Heroic, it's not a bad option, and you can just run the quests on normal. So like Lords of Dust on normal, if that's what you want to do, if it's a piece out of that set, is a pretty easy run, and it shouldn't be too taxing. But I think you can find a group for most all of these. You know, just grab a buddy and go do that. So the other thing that you might be considering is reincarnation. So while we're here in the 12, Lahar, this first option, trade tokens for augments. Over here on the third page, you can see that there are reincarnation pieces for 20 tokens of the 12. Tokens of the 12 you can get from some of the early epic quests, the epic versions of heroic stuff that you are familiar with. So the Vault of Night, again, a lot of the stuff actually that you use to make the items from the altar right across them. So Sands of Manactaran, Vault of Night, Fjarlin Carnival, the Red Fens, Lords of Dust, these all have tokens of the 12. And just by running the quests, you'll get 20. And if you're short a little, you just do a little bit of repeating. But if you're going to be building up one of these items anyway, like you're gonna start collecting a few stacks of these things, and it won't be too bad. Heart of Wood is for a class change, like say Cleric, or Heart of Blood would be for race, which is Dwarf. At least in this example. There I am. Okay. I don't recommend this right away. I would say go to 30. Go to 30 at least, and then you can get an epic reincarnation and then your heroic reincarnation, so that you can just do one and then the other. But yeah, that's it. Peace out.